Good evening, and welcome back to the Shadow Nook. Make yourself comfortable, as tonight I will guide you through the story of a very peculiar place, through one of the most chilling hauntings here in the UK. The reputation of this house precedes itself. It is none other than number 30 East Drive in a place called Pontefract in West Yorkshire. This particular house is nothing special on the outside. From the outside, it is an ordinary looking council house, but it is often called the most haunted house in Europe. So the house that is 30 East Drive sits on a quiet residential street not far from Pontefract Castle. The surrounding area has centuries of executions, battles, and bloodshed that is tied to the castle and the surrounding town. Local legend says that the house was built near gallows where criminals were hanged. Another theory is that the land was once connected to a monastery. Some believe that there was a monk who was executed for terrible crimes, and that his spirit may be tied to the site. Perhaps the house carries not just one ghost, but the weight of many restless souls. So, we will move on to the story of the Pritchard family. In 1966, Jean and Joe Pritchard move into 30 East Drive with their children, Philip, who was 15, and Diane, who was 12 at the time. At first, life seemed normal at 30 East Drive for the Pritchards. And then, slowly, some activity of the paranormal kind began to happen. This may have been lights flickering without reason, sometimes pools of clean water appearing on the kitchen floor with no source, sudden icy gusts blowing through rooms when no doors or windows were open. At first, as many people perhaps would, the family dismissed these strange happenings as coincidences, or tried to explain these happenings away. But very soon the activity became almost impossible to ignore. Over time, the haunting escalated. The activity was not simply the flickering of lights anymore. It grew violent and physical. There were doors slamming shut with great force. Heavy furniture moving around on its own. Objects were lifted into the air and hurled across rooms in the house. The spirit or spirits seemed to enjoy tormenting the Pritchard family. Other relatives and friends of the family who visited also witnessed some of these events, so it became harder to explain these events away. Over time, the spirit began to fixate on a certain member of the Pritchard family. This was unfortunately the young girl, Diane. Poor Diane endured physical attacks, scratches appearing out of nowhere on her body. She was slapped by invisible hands and violently dragged from her bed. The most infamous event involved Diane. She was lifted by her throat and dragged up the stairs. Her family witnessed this horror, but were unable to stop it. Witnesses describe seeing a dark, hooded figure in a long black robe. The entity soon gained its name, the Black Monk of Pontefract. There are also some more chilling and unexplainable incidents, such as a strange green foam reportedly oozing from the walls of the home. Upside-down crosses appeared scrawled across the home. Loud bangs also echoed throughout various rooms, and knocks intelligently responded to questions. Cold spots and sudden winds swept through the house often, and the family felt constantly watched, their fear feeding the activity. Despite the years of torment that this family endured, the Pritchards remained living in the house until the 1970s. So after the Pritchards had left, the house's reputation only grew. Paranormal investigators and ghost hunters heard of the happenings at 30 East Drive and began flocking to the property. Some reports from the visitors include stones thrown across the rooms, deep growls heard in the empty hallways, sudden plunges in temperature, the sight of the hooded monk in doorways and on the staircase. Some visitors refused to stay overnight after these terrifying encounters, and the house is now considered one of the most active paranormal hotspots in all of the UK. Now, there are some theories about this entity. Many believe that it is indeed a ghost of a 16th century monk executed for his unspeakable crimes. Others argue that it could be non-human or a demonic force feeding on the fear of the inhabitants. Some skeptics suggest psychological influence, hysteria, or simply exaggerated reports. But even hardened investigators often leave the house deeply shaken. So, what truly haunts 30 East Drive in Pontefract, West Yorkshire? Is it the restless soul of a monk, or something older and darker that has made its house in this home? Let me know if you have ever visited 30 East Drive, or if you would dare to visit and potentially stay over. Naturally, before you go, I'd like to do an oracle card reading. We will do the witch deck today. It's a bit more on the spooky side. I will do the normal thing and pick one card, and you can interpret it however you like. We have pumpkin, uncaging the spirit within thou, the fertile power you hold, to taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that comes. Now, uncaging the spirit seems rather close to today's story. But let me know if this could possibly mean anything to you at this moment in time. Thank you very much for joining me tonight in the Shadow Nook. Don't forget to collect your subscription on the way out. Thank you for watching. Good night.